We're now back to Imaginary Only, this time in patch 2.3. Today is very important today, as we have a lot to go over, such as some new game modes, and wow, that is a lot of red. Let me fix that real quick. Ah, good. Not as much red.
That's what you get for not playing for a while.
To be fair, it's not like I was gone for more than a week anyway. But anyway, time to get our fourth party member. That's right. It's me! I was so tired of playing with only 3 characters, I became the 4th.
You're not Stell. At least not as chaotic as Stell.
Well, you know, I could be.
Don't push your luck.
So upon claiming Harmony Trailblazer, we're given the option now to try them out in a trial. So let's go ahead and do it. Let's go Billie Jean on this.
Are you seriously playing Billie Jean on door springs?
Yes.
Why? Ugh. I look away for one moment and you put that in? What in the hell am I going to do with you?
So after the trial, we nabbed our Jades, and then we went and leveled up the new Trailblazer. We picked up the light cone after superimposing the ones that we have. We don't have any 4-star light cones for Harmony, but luckily the 3-star ones are still very good. We decided to go with Chorus for now. The attack buff will be helpful since there's not much that we have that gives us an attack buff this early. Since we have no traces unlocked for that, and no other access to attack buffs like it, it should help our damage significantly. After all, we've reached level 30. We can now go do the next Equilibrium trial, but we'll hold off on that and see if we can handle the next couple of bosses before we try our luck. Once we ascend, we can't go lower after all. Anyway, let's do the bug fight for Stell's first major trace skill, and let's see how hard the bug is without support. First bar. Well, that didn't seem so bad. Oh. But there are a lot of them though. Maybe I should focus on them. You okay, Professor? Oh, this is cutting it real close. Too close for comfort. I'm also realizing I'm not using skill points that well, and we don't have enough speed to warrant using Welt's bounce to slow them. This can be an issue. Oh shoot, Welt got entangled. It's also another danger I could have had for this fight. I could have potentially been chain stunned. Oh no, this is not good. This is painful.
Don't worry, I got this. Trust me, I can handle it. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all!
See, Professor? Aventurine's got it.
Whatever. It was all luck anyways.
Luck's exactly what I'm good at, Doctor.
I'm not talking to you.
Anyway, now that that's out of the way, let's go do the new content, the Divergent universe. Bear in mind, I went into this section blind. Like, I played this specifically on this account the day it came out, because I wanted to record and go over the mechanics as I go, and explain what you can find that's different from the normal simulated universe. So this will hopefully be educational for those who haven't yet given it a try. But hey, screw them! Is there really such a talented scholar in the Intelligentsia Guild?
Ahem.
Okay, let's go check out the new lobby. Oh wow! Look, it's the Trailblazer! They're celebrating me!
Oh joy. More things to inflate your ego.
I wish. I could use the confidence. So then Scrollum tells us the whole point of this variation of simulated universe. Whereas Swarm Disaster was retracing the steps of an Aeon, what caused the ascension and led to the downfall and death of a universal ending calamity. Whereas Golden Gears was about what led to a machine to discover the anti-organic equation, was a reason for why living in itself was a flawed concept. These were both to document and understand what are the requirements or circumstances that can lead to ascension, to what is effectively godhood. I'm leaving out a lot more context as I'm paraphrasing mostly, but this is to preface what the Divergent universe is about. That is, unlike the others, which are all about observing aeons and their history in order to figure out mankind's place in their world, we're instead observing humanity and history in order to dissect how aeons fit in mankind's world. Hence the name Human Comedy. It's the Divine Comedy in reverse.
What a simplistic, terrible, and idiotic explanation of this mode. A child could have explained this better than you, but I'm glad you're at least understanding this, regardless.
Thank you, Professor. Anyway, let's go on in and give it a go, as I can hopefully explain the mechanics better. A change that's really nice in the Divergent universe is that you don't need to level up your characters all the way. They will level light cones, traces, and levels to the recommended value per difficulty. Not that that's much of an issue for us, as we only have 4 characters to use anyway, and by extension we keep ourselves maxed out. But for the average person, this is a welcome change. But let's go ahead and set up our team and jump right in. The first new mechanic of Divergent Universe is the equation system. They're effectively combination blessings similar to the path blessings in Simulated Universe, except in order to activate them, you need the combined amount of blessings in order to activate it. You may have seen this mechanic in Wuthering Waves' game mode Depths of the Elusive Realm, and in which case, besides missing the transformation mechanic, it otherwise works exactly the same. Another mechanic added for normal players is that there's no need for the downloader, as you can freely swap characters out now. This is a good quality of life change, but I'm not sure if I'm the biggest fan of it personally, as I typically are committed to my runs. Either way, this is nice.
Okay, you've had your fun, now quit it.
Anyway, this was the tutorial, which didn't really go into some of the bigger things that your first official run goes into. I'm not good enough to beat it, forewarning, as this is mostly a practice run. But I do plan on going back to finish this and uploading the full run later when I do beat it, as I do plan on clearing every piece of content I can with Imaginary only. Now, if only there was an imaginary character that would implant imaginary weakness. Oh well. Maybe someday. Or Sunday.
Great. So he can be even more of the face of this channel. Wonderful.
Oh, Professor, you know that was a one-hit wonder. You think he would really replace you?
No comment.
You got a better chance of me quitting the series and going to play something else. Which, mind you, is always a possibility, but yeah.
You know what?
Yeah?
You're terrible at encouragement. However, I do still appreciate it.
Alright, so on to the first actual run. A mechanic they chose to save until the first difficulty is the slot machine. They give you 400 fragments and 3 spins on the wheel in order to get various curios or blessings, with a chance to get screwed. Luckily, the worst prize of this one, specifically, is getting a little bit of your fragments back. But some will give cursed items instead. What is this? Am I rolling on the gacha instead? Aventurine, I thought you were lucky.
Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some.
So now we come to another new mechanic, and that's these mooncake cats. Mooncats? Cat cakes? I'm not sure what they're called, but they're adorable. They'll either overwrite a blessing, swap out an equation, or using their own power source, upgrade blessings. Therefore, it's at least in your best interest to at least upgrade the blessings, as it doesn't cost fragments, and the heat doesn't carry over to another cat cake tower. After you beat the boss, there's a sort of bonus round mechanic that is called excessive conversion. The more mobs you kill, the more points you get towards it. The end result gives extra chests for fragments and equation and blessings. So it is within your best interest to get a high score, but you won't lose anything if you die or fail, luckily. So we make it to the final boss. And it's random for every run, like it is for Swarm Disaster or Golden Gears, but not for normal simulated universe. I'll go ahead and either give you a reason to celebrate or break your heart, depending. But yeah, I hit my wall. I'll have to come back here later.
No longer gloating, are we?
No, I'm more relieved that I have content to struggle on finally.
Don't be so quick to rush into failure. You know it's gonna happen eventually.
And I'll just get back up again.
Good.
Anyway, so with the last bit of Herd of Bonds, we were able to get our first 5-star light cone. You finally have something good, Professor.
It's acceptable. I'll take it.
After leveling it up, let's check out what we can of this place. I realized after trying to run this blind that this is actually the map to the latest story update, Farewell to Pinacone, which gives us a new area, and I really hope this is like the teapot in Genshin, where eventually I'll be able to decorate it.
You're not getting the teapot in Star Rail.
Please?
Fine. I'll think about it.
Thank you. I want fishing too.
Don't press your luck.
Alright, you heard it here, guys. If they add fishing and more decorating systems to the Pinacone airship, thank Dr. Ratio by giving him a Kluka clock.
Don't you dare.
Overall, nice area. You can at least put pictures up from the simulated universe on the walls. And you can also put up other decorations to give you bonuses permanently. But overall, I foresee myself living here on my main account, as I already live in Herta's office.
Well, I'm glad. Maybe Herta will thank me for moving you out, depending on when I'll regret this.
So now we move on to Space China. Overall, so far, it wasn't nearly as bad. We fight Mom after asking her why she's been gone for so long and where the milk is.
Oh, for the love of...
And to be honest, it was kind of unfair, because Aventurine can give everyone effect resistance along with his shields. So she couldn't really dominate people that much to the chagrin of any Kafka fan. And then we move on to the deer.
気をつけろ。何やら変化しているようだ。
5 points. Only because you made it.
So after we go through the first fight with relative ease, we're then blown back by it activating its cheat code, which is just healing every other turn. I'm glad I don't actually have to go through that entire fight like that, because then it would take all day on account of we won't be breaking this deer. Luckily, they stop us
Stop you, anyways.
from ramming our heads into a brick wall, and instead have us aim lasers at flowers that cause the regeneration. Too bad this isn't a thing in the simulated universe. Can you imagine having a simulated universe mode where instead of having small bite-sized maps, like with 1 or 2 things in it, having it split up into like 4 large maps like this one with puzzles and enemies to get to the boss in it. And the more you do in said map, the more buffs you get. So that you then have the option to just speed run it, but it's probably better if you just do them.
That is, perhaps not the worst idea ever. Would be a change of format, that's for sure.
Now we have killed the deer for real, and it wasn't really that bad. The next episode will be a rematch of the Divergent universe, as well as increasing the
Don't you spam that sound clip. You said you wouldn't.
equilibrium,
Thank you.
as well as go over probably the Fentalia fight, which may or may not be difficult. I'm gonna guess actually not, because Fentalia is weak to imaginary damage, but we also haven't upgraded the relics much. Nor will we probably until we hit Pinaconi. Not for any particular reason, other than there's no need to at the given moment. Afterwards, the Forgotten Hall will then unlock to get our first Yukong, and we'll most likely have to do that then, due to the fact that we'll have to duo each level due to having only 4 characters. Either way, I hope you continue watching this series. Like, subscribe, or don't. I'll put out an episode 7 soon-ish.